What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So we're talking about a new card that has been revealed for Breaker of Shadows. That's the newest set in the OCG. It's going to be in the TCG sometime early next year. Now the one thing that I've noticed about Breaker of Shadows, and it's something that I'm actually starting to like, is this set feels very retro. It kind of feels, I kind of feel nostalgic when I think about some of the cards that are going to be released in this set, as we know that we're going to be getting some Goyo support. That's an old card that came out in 2009. That's over half a decade ago. We've got the new Buster Blader cards that are coming out. That's really, really retro, guys. You're talking like 2003 when Feral Servant came out. It may have even been like 2002. So anyways, this is going to be yet another new Goyo Synchro, and now we have three of them. We have Goyo Guardian, of course, Goyo Emperor, and we now have Goyo King. This guy is a level 8. It's Earth. It's a warrior monster. It wouldn't be a Goyo monster without those two things. And it's 2800 attack, 2000 defense. I really think that Konami is just not gonna release another Goyo that's 6 and 2800. That is once again the whole reason that Goyo got banned. His attack was just so absurd for a level 6 synchro when it first came out in Duelist Genesis. He was stronger than level 8 synchros. But anyways, to the effect and to the summoning conditions. All right, so Goyo King requires 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner synchro monsters to summon. I don't like that. This card basically needs to be broken to validate like you putting that much effort into it. Generally, when I summon a synchro monster that requires another synchro monster to summon, like I want that monster to be absurdly powerful. I'm talking shooting Quasar Dragon is the first thing that comes to my mind. Like the summoning conditions are so wild, like you have to have a whole bunch of crazy stuff to make it, but it's like it can negate anything and it can attack twice, and a lot of times when you drop it you can just win with one battle phase, so it's kind of worth going through and jumping through all those hoops to summon the card. Let's see if this guy is worth it. All right, so he has 2 effects. Effect number 1, when this card declares an attack on a monster, this card gains 400 attack for each Earth Warrior Synchro monster you control until the end of the damage step. All right, so they're still doing this whole thing about, here's what I don't get about the Goyos. Why are they seem to, they're like specifically trying to make Goyo cards power up other Goyo cards, but it doesn't, like it's not going to be practical to have a field of Goyo Guardian plus Goyo King, or Goyo Guardian plus, Goyo Emperor, or Emperor plus, like that's not gonna happen unless you soul charge, or you have like a crazy Call of the Haunted play that involves like Oasis and Call of the Haunted or something like that. But anyways, it is kind of cool that this guy actually does work with himself. So essentially you could say that if he happens to attack a monster, it doesn't activate when he's attacked. He is basically 3200, which is not bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like at level 8 synchro, 3200 attack, that's pretty good. Effect number 2, when this card destroys an opponent's monster and sends it to the graveyard, we knew that that was going to be built into the effect. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a Goyo as well. You can activate one of the following effects: special summon the destroyed monster to your side of the field. That is pretty much straight out of Goyo Emperor. Or you can take control of one face-up monster your opponent controls. Okay, this is far better than Goyo Emperor, the second effect anyway. The fact that you don't even have to, like, you can see, this is pretty good because you can actually run over something small and then take something bigger. Let's just say hypothetically, let's just say your opponent had the Necros of Valkyris and the Necros of Decisive Armor on the board. Decisive Armor is 3300, Valkyris is 2900. You obviously couldn't get over both in the same battle phase. In fact, you couldn't get over Decisive Armor at all. But what you could do is you could run over Valk, and then you could trigger this guy's effect, and you could take the Decisive Armor, and since you're in battle phase, you can still attack with it. So essentially, it's like a permanent, basically it's like a snatch steal that you just don't get the life points. And I like the fact that when this guy dies, they don't get the monster back or anything dumb like that. You just keep the fucking monster permanently. It doesn't go back during the end phase. It can you can only take face up monsters, but I mean, if you can't take a monster, like because your opponent doesn't have any, just take the monster you just ran over. Overall, this card would have been, I'm not gonna lie, this card would have actually been amazing. Like this card would have been really, really good had they just not put this in it. Had they just not made it that you needed to summon it using a synchro. I mean, it kind of makes the card unplayable. I mean, I guess In a Goyo deck, you're probably going to run, you know, tuners, but it's like, that's a lot of work to go through for a monster that can just be bottomless. And it's like, wow, I wasted a tuner, I wasted a synchro, I wasted the things to summon the synchro, you know what I mean? Like, who wants to go through all of that? If you happen to get this guy on the field and protect him, his effect is ridiculous. His effect just, you either run something over and you're just going to either take that monster, or you're just going to snatch steal something on the board and keep it permanently. So the card is good if you can protect it. If not, the card is actually terrible. This is one of those cards where, like, in the right hands, it's really good, and then for most people, it's literally terrible. I mean, we're going to have to see if Goyo are going to get some theme tuners or something like that. Just some way of making these synchros way easier, because had this card just been a generic level 8, I probably would have put this in a bunch of my decks, like my Dragoonities and my Blackwings. Like, this would have been on the level of like Scrap Dragon and Spark Stardust Dragon, of like the other great level 8 synchro monsters in the game. But you know, they put that one line in it and it just changes the fate of the card. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching as always.